But here's where the logic crumbles. Canada also shares a massive border with the US, the longest in the world. It's tightly woven into US trade under KUSMA. It supplies more oil to America than any other country. Yet it got no grace period, no exemption, not even a serious explanation. Instead, Trump cited political reasons. He pointed to Canada's recognition of Palestine as a reason talks broke down. This wasn't trade strategy, it was pressure politics, the same playbook he used on Brazil. And it wasn't about border cooperation. It was about who was willing to fold. Mexico agreed not to retaliate. Canada didn't. Prime Minister Mark Carney kept negotiating but refused to sign a rushed, one-sided deal. And in Trump's world, standing firm doesn't earn you more time, it earns you a target. Despite the pressure, Canada didn't blink. No panic, no last-minute signature. Ottawa stayed silent, steady, and prepared. And that's what frustrated Trump the most. Canada supplies over 4 million barrels of oil per day to the US, more than half of America's total imports. That oil is critical to US energy security. Midwest refineries are built to process Canada's heavier crude. And yet, Trump's threat of slapping 35% tariff still hangs over Canadian oil, even though it remains exempt for now. But that threat alone is doing damage. Energy investment in Canada is down 25% this year. Pipeline expansions are stalled. The system is stretched thin, with little room for error. Trump's unpredictability has made investors hesitate, and that uncertainty is weakening a major pillar of US energy supply. Carney knows Trump can't afford to lose Canadian oil. That's why Canada isn't rushing. It's holding the line, quietly strengthening ties with Europe and Asia, and preparing for any outcome. Meanwhile, other nations like Japan and the EU caved under the same deadline, signing rushed deals to avoid punishment. But Canada hasn't followed. Thanks to KUSMA, over 80% of Canadian exports to the US still move tariff-free. That built-in buffer gives Canada a unique edge. Ottawa's calm resistance has flipped the script. Trump relies on noise, pressure, and deadlines. But Canada brought silence, structure, and patience. And that changes everything. The White House's threats are losing steam. Canada is simply not afraid of no deal. That's not defiance, it's leverage. And that quiet confidence is forcing the US to rethink its next move. As the deadline passed, one thing became clear: Canada isn't playing by Trump's script. And by refusing to panic, it may have taken control of the entire stage. This is True State Report. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.